Alright, Ebusia, Yebemo Bibia Kwaba, Shronkoso, Aba #1 political channel, POG Media, so make sure say Afei, and as Waba, Obe like and subscribe and have sweat my share, you know, I'm a from Sonsa, to me, Aka. And please don't forget to click on the notification bell, so I'm a brand no. Any political update be a Yerebeto channel no subiano, also onsa, to me, Aka, no share, nothing so as so actually wajine. Na abusuya afei yembo enwura yensemnim eye press conference bi akoso achese eye Chief Justice Torkono ede na nudisem aba betu dwa wotwese embra ewohoi embra na Ghana mbra no one is above the law no Chief Justice no ade a endei sembra no awe na kwa ena wasoko enti sende NPP for aje ginam ena maame no ensesoko onye bone bia onye esi no eye Torkono ono ankasa aba bepem aka ne ton se embra embra ena ono ankasa so no watena sidin ehu se wa go against eye embra na chesensem maame no de atodwane de ensem no ano edene enti me waste time kra na mepese obame yakone akwakuti ensem no mobi na ansa na ebekono me show se wo ensem kai bia na or the best share your comment section. Well, like share you made no ma for friends into me and Kebi. Medamasi.
Ensuring that you have the competencies to be in the place that you are put. And I was reminding myself of recent conversations when people would say to me, "You have held up. You have done well in this onslaught." And I realized that what has held me up is the assurance of competence. Simply, no decision that I have made in my role as Chief Justice or in my capacity as President of a panel of the Supreme Court has come from anything but a knowledge of law. No matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. And the only answer one can give to all the hand waving is the legal answer. And
the law is the law. No matter how many noises are made or how much noise is made, the law is the law. The leadership justice just said it. Now, you ask yourself the question, and directly to all those making noises, as was put there, that, oh, this suspension, this petition, this process, and you ask them what law is being broken, and nobody can say anything. Now, the question is that, is there any law being broken? If that answer comes, then we will all charge at President John Mahama and tell him that you are breaking the law. Don't be a lawbreaker. Weren't we in this country when Mr. Domelevo was hounded out of his office? His door lock was changed. He had gone on leave. By the time he got back, he was hounded out of the office. His birth certificate was in the public. His baptismal certificate was in the public. A former person who had sat on that seat, who had now become the board chairman, literally hounded him. And the president aided him to do that. The president at the time, Nana Akuffo, he aided him to do that. Months after, what did the Supreme Court say? 9 of them said that, Mr. President, you acted unconstitutionally. And if you act unconstitutionally, it means you are a lawless person. Because to be constitutional is to be lawful. Unconstitutional, it means you are lawless. And I showed you what the composition of the Supreme Court looks like. One by John Mahama, by Justice Bawumia in 2015, and then one by President Akuffo in 2008. The rest by President Akuffo. And 9 out of the people he put there at the Supreme Court sat and said, Mr. President, you got it wrong. You acted unconstitutionally. You kept quiet about it. You who is now making funny noises, you kept quiet about that. Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, says the law is the law. No matter what it is, we will have fidelity to the law. So tell us what law is being broken here, which is why you are so livid, so angry, making all those emotional outbursts. Tell us which law has been broken, that we can follow you and make sense of anything you are saying. Until that time, you are not making any sense. I told you this is a renewed edition, renewed energy edition, 4th in the series. I said 9 of these noble judges, they looked at the Domelovo case, and they said, Mr. President, you acted lawlessly. You were unconstitutional. What you did was unconstitutional. Go and read the judgment again, and read the reasoning behind the judgment. Sorry, I've told you, when they send you to come and say things, be measured. You are somebody's father, somebody's brother, somebody's uncle, somebody's auntie. You to listen, read through the line. 9 of them, they came and said, Mr. President, you acted unconstitutionally. Now tell me, play back the CJ's video again. Tell me which law is being broken. I want to understand. When you are able to listen to the CJ.
Listening to our Lady Chair on ensuring that you have the competencies to be in the place that you are put. And I was reminding myself of recent conversations when people would say to me, you have held up. You have done well in this onslaught. And I realized that what has held me up is the assurance of competence. Simply, no decision that I have made in my role as Chief Justice or in my capacity as President of a panel of the Supreme Court has come from anything but a knowledge of law. No matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. And the only answer one can give to all the hand-waving is the legal answer, unless we want something else. But I am quite sure that Ghana as a society is not looking for Chief Justices that bend and give them something other than law. And therefore, here I am. Everyone gets the law.
Everyone gets the law, because nobody is above the law. You can choose to insult me, hate me, I don't care. The law is the law. I didn't say it. The knower of the law. Is there anything like that? The knower of the law. The teacher of the law, the arbiter. She herself said the law is the law and everybody gets the law. So if you don't get the law, go and learn the law. Let them teach you the law. Find a lawyer to guide you through the law. Because the law is the law. Finish. Forget your emotions and all those outbursts. It doesn't work. The law is the law. Is there any law being broken? I don't know. Take me to Tamale Teaching Hospital, my beloved Tamale. And I'm sad. I'm sad about the turn of events. I wanted my heart to cool before I touch this matter, but the more it lingers, the more it gets me angrier. I have spoken to you about many different hospitals in this country. And I've spoken to you about the attitude of some, not all, some of the health professionals. Somebody demonstrated just a slice of how some people feel that they are more important than everybody else. They treated us. Go to the hospitals, you see them. I traveled to the UK not so long ago, aka Maldives. A friend of mine took me to a hospital. I was all sick. He was. So I accompanied him. The kind of help and assistance and how courteous they were in delivering help. As soon as you enter, you yourself, you will feel healed. Visit any of our hospitals, even though they're private people, and that's why people prefer private hospitals to public hospitals. Here in Ghana, once upon a time, a good friend of mine, his wife was going to deliver at Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. We went to the maternity block. There was light off. To begin with, light off. The child I'm talking about will be about what? 3 years now. The light was off. Guess what? The chairs that the doctors sit on, the chairs had no backrest. Swivel chairs, but the backrest was broken. As soon as they saw me, they said, let's quickly finish and deal with these people before Johnny Hughes sees the thing and goes to say it. Not long after I started to rain, the ceiling was dripping with water where pregnant women lay. I am telling you. And anybody who has been to those facilities, they know what I'm talking about. So when you get an opportunity and a minister of state leaves his office to come to your place, he didn't create the problem in the first place. And I need you to understand that this new minister is just less than 4 months in office. He didn't create this mess. You can start counting from Jerry Rawlings, run through Akuffo, run through Mills, run through Mahama, come and...
All right, Abusia. Inti nsɛm no mu bi ene ekokotie ne ewo eye Chief Justice Gertrude Torkono ne press conference a have a watch say law is law na Ghana no one is above the law. Inti Sunday embrano achina ojitum inti kwana obekwa abusua akoye nsɛm na kyese edi abobo ewo highway ni so na yenu abarima yefeni Johnny Hughes enso edit to aso na oka eye Tamale Teaching Hospital and wasam abra eye minister ebo ekowremu wa kyese nyoma na ekoso ewo hospital wono na eniye nyanya kyese start ya o make complaints kyese doctor ba ko ho ene ni jiji anu a enam so ama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama etimi asake doctor na abusua enu nso munsem Johnny Hughes ede emunsem no emuntwe mu no eba bedom ya kyese hospital pa Tamale Teaching Hospital insuo eniho na sebi nipa kra beko akwakonya ne huya insua ode be frashe kra eni wa kyese nioma ekoso ewo hospital wone de na eni 8 time papa enti mepese mba mi akone akwakuti ensema yenu abarema Johnny Hughes ede to aso
and run it through Akuffo, run it through John Mahama again. There have been age-old problems. We know the rich people, the big people in this country, they don't attend those public hospitals. I've stood here and spoken about Kolibu, for example. And I told you that the surgical block, where some dimwit with gray hair in his hair was insulting me because I mentioned it. The whole block, the last floor is reserved for the VVIPs. That's the only place you can find that everything is working optimally. The rest, you can see the nets, the windows, the seat is torn, it's dirty. I am not the one saying it. Go there, you find it. Go to Efia Kwanta, go to Kofa, go to Tamale Teaching Hospital. People are lying outside waiting for their patients. I'm saying that I traveled, I saw the facility. I've seen one in South Africa. I've seen it in many different places. We treat our people here like rubbish. So when you get a minister who comes to your place, and then you have an opportunity to have sold your problems to him and gotten a response, and your best attempt is that I will get into a heated argument with the minister. Sorry to say, but you are not acting wise. I'm sorry. I'm not supporting the minister. I'm saying that if you can do that to a minister of state and a sitting member of parliament whose area the hospital falls within, then those of us who are commoners, when we come to you, how would you treat us? I'm asking you, those of us who are common, when you come to you and say, oh, we have gone on strike, we have this service, we are not providing, we are not doing this, we deserve our police. You don't deserve anything. You deserve Suba and Papa. You deserve Suba and Papa. The citizens of this country deserve to be treated very well because they pay your salaries. You complain about Zoom Lion, you complain about this, but when we complain about you, then you get angry. We will complain about you because we pay, our taxes pay you, your taxes don't pay me. We will complain about you, we will talk about you. In this same country, we have seen doctors and nurses who were so selfless in their delivery of quality medical care to people. We have also seen very shambolic provision of medical care to people. Oh, we have. You have health assistants there, media mean prepare fear. Sorry, if you're eating breakfast. Media Jones or they mean to me foul. I said I traveled out There are people waiting on you for you to even do those, so they can item 1 and 2, so they can pick them. You have people go to work, they don't do anything, they are always on their phone, pressing. The health minister was talking about the sanitary conditions in the hospital. You go to the hospital not to pick infections, you go to the hospital to get healing. Go to our hospitals, walk into any public hospital of your choice, ask to use their washroom. You will throw up. I say, go to any public hospital of your choice. Ask to use their washroom. Oh no, I'm daring you today. You who is angry that I'm saying the truth. I'm speaking the truth. Go to any public hospital. Choose one. Just one public hospital. Whether it's a polyclinic, a CHIP compound, a hospital, what it is, just choose one. Go to the hospital today and ask to use their washroom. You will come back with the results. And even if it is for free, we need to wake up as a country. I always talk about Korle Bu because I have a certain sense of passion. I was born there. When the colonialists established Korle Bu in 1923, Sir Gordon Gorgesbeck, when they established Korle Bu in 1923, they had a certain sense that, look, we are sending people here, malaria and other things are killing them. By the time we transport them over the seas to our country to receive proper medical care, they die. So let's establish something that is a replica of what we have out there, so that when our people are sick, we can bring them here and get them cured quickly. Go to any of those hospitals that were established in those areas and go and check. Charlie, play the video.
Even the minister, you should look at the way you are behaving in front of the minister. So you can imagine how I'm trying to explain. You can imagine how I'm trying to be how can you behave like this? So it means that you're doing worse things here. It means that you're doing worse things here.
Boss, please. Honorable, please.
I mean, you with your superiors. Look at how you are arguing. There's a problem. There's a problem here. So if a commoner comes here, can you imagine what you? How can somebody talk to this man here? How will he be able to communicate with you? Student comes here. How will he do it? There's a problem.
There's one here, and there's a staff. The staff also have one here, and that's why you brought me to come and see. Is another point. Meanwhile, it's not accessible to the patient.
It's only
accessible when the taps open. So that's the situation. So for a while now, water hasn't been flowing in there. And that's what I wanted you to see. You see that there are sachets. People enter there and they use sachet water and then just dump it there. And that's the situation.
Please, even if it is not being used, they can't clean the place and lock it.
There's no water.
No, you can clean. You don't have water to do anything. You can make arrangements for the tankers, the tankers to bring water, and so you don't have that arrangement. Dr. T, you are telling me that you can't have water for this place to run this facility.
No, we get 92.7 Sunrise on 3
And one night we didn't have water at the emergency, and he himself got them to get the yellow barrels to come and bring water for the nurses to work. So at our level, sometimes my HOD does his best.
Yes, I agree, and I'm the first person to admit that there are challenges with respect to water in Tamale. But that's why a leader here, that's why you're a CEO here. Not until we resolve the issue completely. I've been on the committee for a very long time, and we have always been talking about this. And we think we know that you have a way of providing water for the facility until we solve the issue permanently. And that is what we have been briefing us. We know that the Tamale water challenge goes beyond the facility. It's well known in the country and all that. But you cannot tell me that, because if you're not very careful, people come here and pick the diseases from here and go home. That's what it is. And you know, they're a medical doctor. So they'll come here because there's no water. The person is sick. He comes here and picks the disease and he goes with the disease because there's no water.
So we have then when the whole day, you are allowed to 4 trips. That 4 trips alone cannot dialyze or take care of the dialysis unit for a day. Because when you open one that cement, like open a tap, so the 4 tankers a day is not enough. So when the water can we prioritize. We have the public toilet that we have for patients. So if this one is blocked, then they'll use the public one. It's outside was built by GMPC. So maybe on the way we will prepare. The only is a bit far from here. But
The Best in the Morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3 FM.
Now, let me ask a common sense question. If you go to Tamale, and I go to Tamale very often because by the kind benevolence of Yana and my paramount chief, Bona Salifutia II, I'm a small chief in Dagba. If you go to Tamale and you speak to the indigents, the reviews that they give you about the Tamale Teaching Hospital, you will puke. If you go to Tamale and you listen to the reviews about Tamale Teaching Hospital and what they have to say about it, I'm talking about raw data, like Musa Dankwa was a raw data. Your heart will be broken. That's 1. 2, so there's water problem. We agree. 4 tankers is not enough. We agree. Can we not have a common sense question and sink a borehole or boreholes? What will it take? Because the problem is water. And the minister put it rightly that, look, we could, please find me that document from GMA, the second one. That we could have people come there and pick infections. And I'm saying that it does happen. People leave.
All right, Abusia, into winning so much as a course, our political highway, such as say, Chief Justice Gertrude Torkono, waba ababe have a press conference. I watch say, law is law. Nagana no one is above the law. Inti Sunday, Embrano, Ato, Achina, Nase. Endi sabai se onkwa yade akwa enobeko inti ema obi njina baby enka se oye Chief Justice inti onye boni bia onye se Chief Justice efum no ojitum se ye onioma bi wo a oyije ya chese entwa ya chese no ankasa age atuma o chese Ghana mbra no one is above the law busua chese nsema course highway no so ne de na ano ed na timede mbesia na madam asese moje peniye eme ekoti nsema course political highway no so aha POG Media. Madam Asi.